Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The time after sunrise and before sunset while it is light outside. The dawn turned night into day. Time for Earth to make a complete rotation on its axis. 2 days later they left. The time for one complete rotation of the Earth relative to a particular star, about 4 minutes shorter than a mean solar day. United States writer best known for his autobiographical works, 1874 to 1935. A day assigned to a particular purpose or observance. An era of existence or influence. In the day of the dinosaurs. A period of opportunity. He deserves his day in court. Some point or period in time. It should arrive any day now. The period of time taken by a particular planet, e.g. Mars, to make a complete rotation on its axis. How long is a day on Jupiter? The recurring hours when you are not sleeping, especially those when you are working. My day began early this morning. The time after sunrise and before sunset while it is light outside. Light during the daytime. The time after sunrise and before sunset while it is light outside. It is easier to make the repairs in the daytime. Time for Earth to make a complete rotation on its axis. Time for Earth to make a complete rotation on its axis. Time for Earth to make a complete rotation on its axis. Time for Earth to make a complete rotation on its axis. Time for Earth to make a complete rotation on its axis. The time for one complete rotation of the Earth relative to a particular star, about 4 minutes shorter than a mean solar day. United States writer best known for his autobiographical works, 1874 to 1935. United States writer best known for his autobiographical works, 1874 to 1935. An amount of time. A time period of 30 years. An amount of time. A time period of 30 years. The monthly discharge of blood from the uterus of non-pregnant women from puberty to menopause. A unit of geological time during which a system of rocks formed. Ganoid fishes swarmed during the earlier geological periods. A punctuation mark, placed at the end of a declarative sentence to indicate a full stop or after abbreviations. In England they call a period a stop. Ice hockey, one of 3 divisions into which play is divided in hockey games. The end or completion of something. Death put a period to his endeavors. The interval taken to complete one cycle of a regularly repeating phenomenon. An amount of time. Hastened the period of time of his recovery. A unit for measuring time periods. A unit for measuring time periods. Measured by the diurnal motion of stars. A day reckoned from midnight to midnight. A day reckoned from midnight to midnight. A period marked by distinctive character or reckoned from a fixed point or event. Astronomy, an arbitrarily fixed date that is the point in time relative to which information, as coordinates of a celestial body, is recorded. A unit of geological time that is a subdivision of a period and is itself divided into ages. A period marked by distinctive character or reckoned from a fixed point or event. A major division of geological time, An era is usually divided into 2 or more periods. Baseball. A measure of a pitcher's effectiveness, calculated as the average number of earned runs allowed by the pitcher for every 9 innings pitched. A possibility due to a favorable combination of circumstances. The holiday gave us the opportunity to visit Washington. A possibility due to a favorable combination of circumstances. Now is your chance. Come upon, as if by accident, meet with. She chanced upon an interesting book in the bookstore the other day. Occurring or appearing or singled out by chance. A chance occurrence. The possibility of future success. Take a risk in the hope of a favorable outcome. A measure of how likely it is that some event will occur. A number expressing the ratio of favorable cases to the whole number of cases possible. If that phone call is for me, chances are it's my wife. An unknown and unpredictable phenomenon that causes an event to result one way rather than another. We ran into each other by pure chance. A risk involving danger. You take a chance when you let her drive. Be the case by chance. I chanced to meet my old friend in the street. A reading of a point in time is given by a clock. Do you know what time it is? Rhythm is given by division into parts of equal duration. An instance or single occasion for some event. This time he succeeded. The period of time a prisoner is imprisoned. He is doing time in the county jail. Measure the time or duration of an event or action or the person who performs an action in a certain period of time. The fourth coordinate that is required, along with 3 spatial dimensions, to specify a physical event. Adjust so that a force is applied and an action occurs at the desired time. The good player times his swing so as to hit the ball squarely. An indefinite period, usually marked by specific attributes or activities. The time of year for planting. A period of time considered as a resource under your control and sufficient to accomplish something. Take time to smell the roses. A person's experience on a particular occasion. He had a time holding back the tears. Assign a time for an activity or event. The candidate carefully timed his appearance at the disaster scene. A suitable moment. It is time to go. Regulate or set the time of. Time the clock. Set the speed, duration, or execution of. We time the process to manufacture our cars very precisely. The continuum of experience in which events pass from the future through the present to the past. He waited for a long time. A time period when you were required to work. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. He enjoyed the evening light across the lake. Old Testament. Adam's wife in Judeo-Christian mythology. The first woman and mother of the human race. God created Eve from Adam's rib and placed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. The day before. He always arrives on the eve of her departure. The period immediately before something. On the eve of the French Revolution. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. He enjoyed the evening light across the lake. A later concluding time period. It was the evening of the Roman Empire. The early part of night, from dinner until bedtime, spent in a special way. An evening at the opera. To a greater degree or extent, used with comparisons. Looked sick and felt even worse. Of the score in a contest. Occurring at fixed intervals. The even rhythm of his breathing. Become even or more even. Even out the surface. Make even or more even. Symmetrically arranged. Even features. Make level or straight. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. He enjoyed the evening light across the lake. Equal in degree or extent or amount, or equally matched or balanced. Even amounts of butter and sugar. Being level or straight or regular and without variation as e.g. in shape or texture, or being in the same plane or at the same height as something else, i.e. even with. An even application of varnish. Divisible by 2. A conventional expression of greeting or farewell. The part of the day between noon and evening. He spent a quiet afternoon in the park. The middle part of the afternoon.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.